at QVC. What you're seeing on your screen is a 9-ounce reserve Black Angus wet-aged gorgeous ribeye steak. And everything that you're seeing in front of you is restaurant quality, at home, and this is premium protein that has been hand trimmed and is ready to entertain, maybe meal plan. Oh my gosh, I want to just go face down on that cutting board. Barbecue, and these are big. You're getting juicy flavor, rich marbling, perfect tenderness, and the texture, the bite is fantastic every single time. And the reason we're so excited about this today, special value today, is because you're getting 10 of them. Last year, we had 8 of them for $149.98. This year, you're getting 10 of them, 2 bonus ribeyes for the same price. Now, you're also getting that Epicurean butter that is roasted garlic and herb, and you're also getting the Rastelli seasoning up here in the corner. So you can season beforehand, grill to perfection, and then maybe baste with a little butter for that restaurant experience. $149.98. Yes, my mouth is already watering. Don't judge me. But this is also an option for you. You can have them shipped right now, which gets there in time for Father's Day, or you can have them shipped the week of June 24th, which will get there in time for the 4th of July. This is our only ribeye steak, today's special value of the year. And last year, the 8 count was this price. This year, you're getting 2 bonus. 3,200 have already been picked up since it launched at midnight. Auto delivery locks the today's special value price in every 60 days for 1 year. And this is the Reserve Collection. This is Black Angus. Bringing in the flavor today is Ray Rastelli, who is the owner-operator of Rastelli's, and it's so good to see you.
Good morning. Good morning.
And happy anniversary to you and your sweet bride.
Thank you. Yes, 48 years today, and that's how long I've been a butcher too. So actually, it's
a big day.
It's a big day. It's a big day, and this is a big day because of really what we brought here today,
so
right? And how we were able to give 10 versus 8. I still haven't figured that out yet, Mary. But you know, when you think about this steak, I want you to see what this is. This is my favorite steak. Every time I go out to a steakhouse, all my friends say, Ray, what are you ordering? Because whatever you order, I'm ordering. This is what I order. And a beautiful 9-ounce ribeye steak, Black Angus. Now, it's not just Black Angus, it's Black Angus Reserve. And what does that mean? It means that it's actually only 4% of all cattle actually meet this quality. And the key with this really, Mary, is where we get these cattle from. We work with farmers for the last 48 years to get the very, very best in Black Angus beef, making sure these cattle come to us. They're in beautiful pastures, free roaming, clean water, clean air, because a happy cow means a great steak. And when at the end of the day, my job as a butcher is to make sure I put a great steak on your plate, but it starts on the farm. And of course, those farmers are my partners. So for 47 years, we've been able to actually take these beautiful Black Angus ribeyes and provide them to great steakhouses all around the country. Today,
I want to steal a bite of that.
I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a little bite of that.
I waited 60 whole seconds. Do you think that's long enough? I think that was long enough. But that's the thing, is you want to make sure that you know where your food is from, which we just saw footage of. But also, these have been wet aged, and how does that make a difference?
So aging is something that is really important. And if you think about aging, right? When you go to a great steak, I know I hear when you go to a great steakhouse, it always says on the menu, aged for perfection. And that's a great statement because it's very true. When you take a steak and you age it for 28, or in this case, 45 days, what happens is that the enzymes and the protein, they kind of begin to tussle. In that tussling effect, what they do is they break down any of the fibers. What does that mean? It makes it tender. That's why this ribeye steak is incredibly tender. It's also why this ribeye steak is incredibly tasty, right? The ribeye has the most amount of marbling in it. I'm going to show you that, but you see the butter here? The reason I'm giving you the butter and of course the seasoning is because when you go to a great steakhouse, you know, and that steak comes out on the plate sizzling and it's got just that beautiful moisture on top, that's from that butter that they drop on it. I'm going to show you just how to do it. So my goal today is to show you not just where it came from, how it's aged, but also a couple of easy, simple tricks on how to cook this to make the greatest steak.
And we're going to go over and show you where that cut is from and how this ribeye is different, because last time I went to a restaurant, I saw a ribeye on the menu. It was smaller than 9 ounces, and it was almost triple the price. And I thought, oh my gosh, because when demand goes up, the price goes up. But not here. It's $14.99 for a huge 9-ouncer.
That's so true, and I think, you know, again, we've worked so long to be able to get this to you, to our QVC guests, but here's where it starts. This is a prime rib of beef, right? The ribeye steaks come from the prime rib, and if you see this, it's got the fat cap on it, it's got the bone on it, but you know what, Mary? That's how we age it. We want to age it with all of this on top, but then what we do is we peel this fat completely away. We take the bone completely away, and that's the steak you're getting. Look at the marbling in that steak. For me, I call that meat candy. And of course, that meat candy, that's beautiful flavor that you're gonna get in every bite. It's what makes it tender. What makes the ribeye steak my very favorite steak. And when I cut a steak, I'm going to show you how beautiful this steak cuts.
Okay. Because a lot of times if we get it at the store, we're going to have to carve all of that off ourselves. And here we're not doing.
You are, and you're going to see. So I want you to see how beautiful that steak is. Look at the marbling inside of that steak. That's what I'm looking for. When I see this kind of marbling inside this steak, and of course we trim all the outside and excess fat away, that's the marbling you want in a great ribeye steak.
And you know what? When you go to the store, and if you're buying them frozen, you don't know how long they've been frozen. You don't know if they've been hand trimmed. You don't know if what you're buying is all food with Rastelli's. You know you're getting the best of the best.
You really are. And again, the ribeyes being Black Angus, we're starting with the very, very best. Then aging it for 45 days, we're taking that steak and we're making sure that steak is actually going to be as tender and moist as possible.
Because they're hand trimmed too.
Everyone, so you can see what I'm doing here. This is what our butchers do. Once we cut these beautiful steaks, get them to that 9-ounce portion, and of course we're taking off all of that excess fat, because I don't want you to pay for fat. I want you to be able to enjoy this from one end to the other, but what I really want you to be able to enjoy is what's right here. This is the key. Look at that marbling inside there. That's what makes this steak so great.
Oh man,
So I'm going to bring a couple of these over here.
Let's do that. Show you what, and I'm just going to remind everybody that you're getting 10 of these ribeyes, and last year you got 8 for this price. This year you're getting 10 for $149.98. You can choose the ship week of now, which gets there in time for Father's Day. You can choose the ship week of June 24th, gets there in time for the 4th of July. But we have the single shipment, which is $14.99 a steak. But if you want to lock that in every 60 days for 1 year, do it. You can keep that price. You could skip a shipment anytime, you can cancel it anytime, but you can't come back and get the today's special value price. This is our only ribeye steak today's special value of the year. So you want to get it before the price is gone at the end of the day. Also, call us at 800-395-1601. We'd love to hear your Rastelli story, because when it comes to the barbecue, people are going to remember this one.
They are. So I'm going to show you a couple of really simple things, and this is the reason I love the ribeye steak for this, because it's so tender. Actually, it takes all these flavors. So I've got a bunch of rubs here, and all of these rubs are listed on the product page on QVC. So if you like our smoky rub or our coffee ancho chili, which is what I'm going to do now, all the recipes are there. They're really, really simple, but I want to show you how it's done. So this is actually our coffee ancho chili rub, right? And all you're going to do is you're really going to be generous and coat this, right?
Okay.
Coat the top, coat the bottom, the sides, flip it over just like this. You can really get generous. And this has got coffee in it. It's got some ancho chili in there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful
looks like some
looking steak.
Kosher salt.
Yep, and you can see, and all I'm going to do is just drop it in there, because I'm going to get that to actually sear, and it's only going to take about a minute on each side. So while I'm doing that, I want to show you what I do actually for the air fryer.
Okay.
So here's another steak now. I like to take a little bit of oil, whether it be an olive oil, and I just like to coat both sides of that for my air fryer. Then I take the seasoning. Now you're getting the seasoning from us, and all I want to do is take that seasoning and drop it on this side. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to drop it on this side. We're ready to go. Now, again, the air fryer instructions are going to be on the product page. It's really simple. All you're going to do is take this. You're going to drop this in your air fryer basket. Set your air fryer at 400 degrees.
Okay.
And in 7 minutes, you're going to flip it. And in another 7 minutes, you're finished. So in 14 minutes, you're going to have the incredible steak that we'll get done here in a bit. and we'll take a look at that. But look at how this is searing. Look at how beautiful.
How quickly.
That steak, and how quickly.
So
right?
you can, ooh.
Look at that sear.
You can sear it in the pan. You can put it in your air fryer. We could put it on the grill, obviously.
We can put it on the grill. These are two
season.
really simple ways. And what I'm going to do is, the searing process there, Mary, is only going to take about a minute or so on each side.
Okay.
Then I'm setting my oven to 350 degrees.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is drop that in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. And that's it. That's how simple, a couple of easy, simple ways to do that.
And this is what shows up. If you're thinking about getting Dad something super special for Father's Day, get that immediate ship week. It comes in their Reserve Collection black box. And if you want it in time for the 4th of July, get the ship week of June 24th. Here's the other thing, too. Get auto delivery, because when you see today's special value pricing, know that it's a price only good for the day. This is the #1 food brand at QVC. And so when I see ribeye steaks, that's the one that's tender, full of texture. So many people love the flavor of ribeyes, and this, last year, you got 8 of them for this price. This year, you're getting 10. You're getting 2 bonus steaks. You're getting the butter, you're getting the seasoning. It comes in that beautiful reserve box, and it comes at a today's special value price. You know, whether you are trying to make your Father's Day more memorable this year, or you're trying to make the cookout the best that it's ever been, this is the way to go. And Steve, are you a carnivore by any chance?
Yes, I am.
From way back.
I was gonna say.
What's your favorite cut of steak?
I
work for you.
Well, I love the filet medallions that are from Rastelli's. I love a ribeye as well. And you know what's so funny? Ribeye is usually like a special that you see at a steakhouse with like
Never 9 ounces.
never
This
9
is
ounces.
huge.
9-ounce steak for
Thank you,
$14.99. You cannot beat that. Well, thank you, sir, and a happy
Good
anniversary,
to see you. Thank
buddy.
you,
Nice
sir.
to see
Appreciate
you.
that.
Oh yes, and please.
I just keep eating.
I know. That's
These
why I
are
came out
so
here.
good. And they're individually wrapped too, right, Ray? So
They
they're
are.
really easy to tuck into the,
So
the
good.
freezer.
They are individually wrapped. They're all vacuum packed, so they're going to last in your freezer for 12 months. But I want you to see how big these steaks are, right? So first of all, look at the
I'll go this
size
way.
of this steak. Look at how big that steak is. I mean, this is a huge steak. So I can often just use this for 2. And the way I like to serve this for 2 is not just cut it in half. I like to actually do what I did here. And all I did there was sliced it down. I'm going to add a little bit of my seasoning to that. And then, of course, I'm just going to need a big spatula, Mary, because when I take that spatula, put that here, you know what? I've got a surf and turf.
That's one steak.
That's one steak. I've got a
What?
surf and turf dinner for 2. Look at how beautiful that is on a plate, how simple that was. Maybe hit it with a little bit more seasoning. And so to be able to take a 9-ounce steak and put that on a platter for 2 or even 3 people, if you're serving with something else like our Faroe Island salmon, you've got something really special that goes a very long way.
And Dom, do you mind showing it kind of from up top here? Because I'm looking at it from this angle going, that's a lot
That
of
is
food. Thank you so much.
Huge.
That's one steak. I mean, that's at least 4 tacos.
Yes.
yeah.
Easily.
Minimum.
Easily.
yes.
Very
4
easily.
tacos.
Yes. Yeah.
And I look at that and think, okay, this is very easy to do at home. If you're one of the more than 20,000 people that picked up the Ninja Woodfire
Right.
grill over the weekend,
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
get these home and you're gonna love that Woodfire grill mark flavor on each one of the steaks.
A little smoke.
Yeah, but Rastelli's, I mean, it's the Reserve, the Black Angus, we can't go wrong.
And aged to perfection, which I love. And I've seen the aging room.
Yes, you have. You have seen the aging room. That's correct. You know, and what you get when you age, you get beautiful tenderness, texture. But I want you to see the moisture. Now, of course, you're going to get the butter. So this is what I always love to do: take a little bit of that butter and just drop it in and let it melt on that steak. It becomes my waterfall of butter, as you can see. And I will tell you that it just remember
dream about it.
the butter's got garlic and herb in it. And when you go to a great steakhouse, you'll notice that they give you a steak that's really moist. This is what they do. So I want to make sure I give you everything that they do there that you can do at home at, of course, today's special value.
Can you see Nick right now? He's emotional about it. That's how good these ribeyes are. It brings a tear. But you know, I love the fact that we can order them now, get them in time for Father's Day. I love that we can order, I love how I'm not putting my fork down.
Same. I'm
the
like,
week
next.
of June 24th and get them in time for the 4th of July. But I want to come around here for a hot second before we see the video. Because look down here in front of the table. Maybe in October, if you're picking up auto delivery, you're ready to go with a little Sunday dinner brajol. as you do.
Casual.
Maybe, maybe here in August we're gonna have a smoky butcher rub cowboy steak. Again, as you do. And then in February, you can make that double entree. So now we've got a little surf and turf with a little, looks like